so, Mr. Vaz. This not supposed to there, so. A stove, see there? A stove. High-end stove.
And we are suffer, nothing them do about it. People are suffer. Nothing them do.
Dirty mosquito. Damn shit.
Jamaica, one united Jamaica, we want one united Jamaica. One united Jamaica.
So outside of making huge donations to the efforts in Jamaica, to recover the place back from Hurricane Melissa, powerful Category 5 storm. We that's where the Dr. Beenie man also went in the studio and, basically run that tune there where we just hear the choir. You see it where he's calling for the unification of Jamaica in these times. You get to me I say, as you see the doctor and the kids them out and a chill and a whole vibe. You get to me I say, you have other artists like Silk Bass, where the people them say, boy, Silk Bass have one of the baddest hurricane song. And also next youth name Young Ras, me hear him with a tune as well, where it's a hurricane tune where when you listen to the song there, if you're not mind sharp, you shed tears, my people. Jaja know. Also, the likes of Mr. Vegas have a hurricane song and so forth. So you don't know, the songs them are forward and, it's a good vibes, it's a good look and so forth. And, just as when anything else go on, artists express them creativity and show what them can do and, how things sound when them put pen to paper. And speaking of Mr. Vegas and hurricane song, if you're a fan of Mr. Vegas, and probably you can't afford to load a plane or a ship or, send a barrel or so forth, and you have an extra 20, 40, $100 laying around and you feel like you're donate it. You can donate it to a cause that here Mr. Vegas deal with as he's trying to secure at least 5,000 mosquito nets, my people. And you don't know, typically after a hurricane go on in a Jamaica, anywhere across the world, you see it, you have an influx of water where flood out the whole place. The next thing we are going to follow is mosquitoes. And you don't know, a lot of places not clear and so forth, so them can keep fogging and them thing they right too. So, mosquito we are annoy a lot of people. So, the entertainer say, part of him giving back efforts, he want to secure some mosquito nets. And the video where you see a display up on your screen that show clearly, what kind of nets he's talking about. And something where like once can get like a comfortable sleep, You get to me and say, my people, yeah man. And the unit price you want about $22. So we secure 5,000, say it go have a little price. So you can basically support that movement instead speed. You can check out that over Mr. Vegas page stream more information. And also outside of that, my people, we don't see where the likes of Foota. Foota not easy, people. So we don't see Foota with a caption for your video. And Foota tag Buju Banton and say, boy, the ancestors are rare. And when me look at the video, my people, boy, I have a laugh. So he's a virgin in our warehouse. I am not sure where him there or whatever, but that man that go hard and say, yo, him find Buju stolen goods, my people. Yeah, man, me see there in a one place where a beer stove supposed to in there and the man say him see a fridge in there and it must be one of the missing things where Buju miss. I want to take a look at this video, my people. Check it out.
I say me I go and do some work and clear up my place. And me I tell you say, me only lost two of we deal with in here so. Me look to the left and when me say, Darrell, Mr. Darrell Vaz, see the fridge where Buju that talk about. Where this had to down here so this not supposed to there so, Mr. Vaz. This not supposed to there so. A stove, see there? A stove. High-end stove and thing for sell. And you chuck off the refrigerator over your side. You and your friend them. Because you want teeth it. But telling you, you see them people here? I can't go back to my work.
So yeah, my people. Not sure what I thought, but boy, I have to take bad things make laugh, The people them not easy, At the end of the day, as me say, me understand some man do what them do out here. But when you not deal with them type of video, we have to basically like bring context. Because first thing first, me I look pan. I don't know of out at airport where Buju stuff would have missing. No say them a sell store about there. I first me know that my people. This man say him in a place where a PS stove there and a one fridge there. And next thing Buju no say miss no fridge either. Buju says a stove and a Starlink he miss among some other stuff. Out of a barrel and based on that fridge where I show me. I don't think that fish can hold in our barrel, my people. But anyways, we can leave the thoughts and comments. And as me say, Foota hype, I say, boy, the ancestors are exposed, you know. So I don't know what to think. And also speaking of Foota hype, I want think Foota I go in at the media, you know, people. Whether him want to be in there, yes or no. And a perfect example, I see where me never even know say or me I speculate say probably there is something wrong between Foota hype and dancehall artist Vershon. As I go through, I may say, you know, Vershon would have put forward a song. We sound like something where can react around the whole hurricane energy as well. And you don't know when it comes down to Vershon is an extremely talented artist, you know. Probably I want me to say things can probably slow down, but you know, so them man their voice not normal. It's a really good singer. However, I'm gonna see here Vershon with a first thing me see on the man's screen is a image with Foota hype tongue hang out time head my people. I mean I say wait, let me click on this and see what going on. And me hear him say them lean in a parliament like Foota hype mouth or whatever. Take a listen at this my people.
Children need food and mama need a house. One bag of sweet talk with the leader sugar coat. Enough of them we in a parliament clean like Foota mouth. Long time we are so.
As me say, my people, I am not sure what exactly is going on as it relates to Vershon and Foota hype. You get the way I say, my people, but at the end of the day, that are the argument from the artists. You get the way I say, yeah, man. Not sure what are your thoughts if anybody recall any mishaps with Vershon and Foota hype from back in the days. That Vershon are basically a clap of time, or you know, if you don't feel like say, well, it's just that Foota hype out there. Foota hype may say something where against him and him feel like him for shade him or what. I don't know people. I don't feel like, you know, Vershon just want the media attention and just know say, well, you know, putting a Foota hype then may get him some media attention. I don't know people, but when you can leave it in the comment section. And also I see a virgin we call himself Pastor. I see the man about out Irie FM wicked. I say basically over Irie. Them are highlight Sean Paul and Shaggy as the ones them were basically take care of people in this town, but they should not be highlighted as, you know, some other people when would have say unknown and so forth. You have to listen to this and tell me anything. Check it out.
Let me talk to Irie FM. You see Uno, Kashim Francis, and Uno we are sing about Sean Paul this and Shaggy that. Listen, you see real hero them throughout the storm, and none of them not yo. You see Uno, a big name Uno praise. You see real people that will help people throughout the storm. Uno don't know them. So you see all that praise where you praise Shaggy and Sean Paul and some people, but them do this and do that. Find out what the real heroes them in a blood clot storm and after a storm. How we who live through it and how we help people through it. So now run about Shaggy and Sean Paul and them. But not violate them. But listen to Kasim Francis and Irie FM. Wanna praise big name. Find out the real hero them and then no can blood clot talk to me. Look up.
So, first thing first, that's what the bridging are saying of people. And the next thing, big up to Irie FM. Now follow them mad money up on the internet because I pay a clout run the internet in and boy, the man and clout off of everything. So, you tell me, say, and big up to everybody who make donations, whether it's big, whether it's a shipload or whether it's a thing in mackerel. It don't really matter to me. You get to me and say, and at the end of the day, I do not think you're supposed to. I mean, it's nice if you do something and people highlight it. You know, a lot of positivity can come from it being highlighted because it may encourage other people to support and all of them things there. But if you just do what you want to do or help where you help mainly if you get highlight or go up on Irie FM front page or whatever, then you not operate like you love your country, you love clout more than your country. And at the end of the day, it's understandable why a tabloid or you know any one of them platforms I go quick for highlight the likes of a Sean Paul or a Shaggy or so forth. First thing first, everybody know them. You know, and at the end of the day, as I say, I don't have a problem with anybody at all being highlighted. But at the end of the day, I don't think nobody are going to search directly around so if you see where John Tam do come put it on the internet. You know, if it's not presented on the internet. When it comes down to Shaggy and Sean Paul, them already did have platforms where major before the storm. So everything where them do, everything where Beenie Man do, everything where Massacre do, everything where Mavado do, Cartel do, and them ones, the Spice, it a go showcase out here broadly, you see it. So at the end of the day, as I say, Me understand say you have a whole heap of people where are donate or do the right thing and so forth. But just donate because you donate and you respect and you love your country and it's the right thing to do. You see, don't donate with non tape measure and say, oh, Shaggy get more highlight than me or whatever. I don't think it matter. You get to me? I say, yeah man, so me no see the reason for your style IRFM for basically highlight who them want to highlight. Everybody out here have platforms. So the virgin where I find that fall, the people them where him thinks they deserve the highlight. Him should have take that time and put on film platform the people. So me see. Anyways, big up to IRFM because one of my favorite radio station. Or you know, what the people them not listen to this madness where this virgin attack. Anyways, moving on. Anyways, my people, last but not least, on some extremely serious topic, you know, that's where the likes of Dr. Love would have basically step out and expose something very interesting. I get to me and say, my people, yeah, me not even didn't even look on it with that depth test. So Dr. Love is basically stating that a lot of scamming is going on at this moment. And while we don't know, say, well, what if a scamming and them things are going on, one's have to be careful. He's explaining it in a way where me probably never did not take notice on. He might would have talk about from the musical side. So he's stating that a lot of people out there are do charities and so forth, and basically them just are try to line them pocket and exploit the situation. So they might invite artists to come be a part of this and be a part of that. But he's stating that while him would have got through a system where him sure say his artists are going to be a part of a charitable event which is reputable, him not just show him artists for no event where him not get no farmer tax exemption documents or nothing at all, my people. He's stating that there is proper channels. And I think it's a good reason. I want to take a listen to what Dr. Love is saying carefully and tell me exactly what I think. Check it out.
Charity concert that are keeping in a road all over the US, right? Now, people, let me tell you something. In COVID time, when COVID was going on, I remember when all that concert them were going and everybody had benefit and who make money and place was locked down and people never have food and all that. Here comes another money tree again. Every time there is a situation, there's a disaster, somewhere there that people benefit from these things and people use these things as a way of making money. No. This is what I don't understand about a lot of these shows that's keeping. I call them fraudulent shows. Money-making shows. See? No, you know, so one time I go me that come on and me that be more brawling and whatever I did, but I'm speaking diplomatically different. Right? A lot of these shows that are keeping, that they're saying that they are keeping shows all over to raise money to help Jamaica. A lot of these shows are nothing but one bunch of story and one bunch of fraud and one bunch of way of getting innocent people money and using artists to benefit themselves. Right? No. If a charity show keep and $100,000 raise, I guarantee you that $100,000 are not going to donate to Jamaica, to the people who are suffer from Hurricane Melissa. Some of these money are going to go in some of these people's pocket. But what they're doing, they're using artists as an avenue to ask artists to perform at some of these shows. And at the end of the day, the artists must just give them time and perform and then don't get nothing. And people just make money. It's an easy way of getting artists to do things. Now check this out now. If an artist normally charge $20,000 and you call an artist to perform on a charity event and say that if an artist charge $20,000 and you want an artist to come and perform for you because you said that you're keeping a charity show, that it can benefit Jamaica, right? Especially if the show is keeping you in the United States of America. When an artist charges $20,000 or $30,000 to perform on a regular show, and him charge a promoter in getting $20,000. Now, if you are running a charity, you have a charity business and you want to keep a show in benefit to Jamaica, right? No, this is what should happen. You should call an artist and ask an artist, listen, can you perform on this concert because we are trying to raise money to help Jamaica, help the people them who have been affected by Hurricane Melissa. No. It's for that artist to say, okay, I'm going to perform that you can raise money, that you can help Jamaica. Even though we know that most of this money are not going to be given to people in Jamaica. People in Jamaica are still going to be homeless and still going to be foodless and still not going to get the assistance because everybody is keeping show that they can benefit off of it. No. These people want you to perform on shows, and when you ask these people to give a tax deduction, a tax exempt farm, right? To say that, okay, all right, I'm going to work for your charity. I'm going to give you my service. Give me a tax exempt farm. That means that I can write that off at the end of the year that, okay, I have contributed towards your charity program you're doing. And my work, my pay, or what it would normally cost is about $20,000 to $30,000, right? They don't want to do that. What a lot of these people are doing that are keeping these shows is putting up their name and say that they're a charity organization that is keeping a show and this is in benefit to helping people of Jamaica. And then put up for them charity name alone on it. All these artists that people want to perform, they're not putting up and say, okay, John Brown have a charity, Mark have a charity, Juna have a charity, Maxine have a charity. Put them up as a sponsor and all of that. They want you to perform for them free and don't want to give you a tax exempt farm that you can use as an artist that, okay, you have contributed towards this and this is what it is that you can write it off. They don't want to do that. They want to keep all these different shows, and keeping these shows is that their benefit, they get the money, and then all they do is show up and perform as an artist, and it put up online and say, okay, John Brown perform. For the people them, they say, oh, that was nice for John Brown perform, and that's about it. And they get the credit for it. Because at the end of the year, they're doing a write-off. And the fact that they're doing a write-off, they don't want you to do a write-off because their business is important and your business is not important. So when you ask these people for a tax exempt farm that you can write this off at the end of the year, them get upset and them have all kind of conversation to say, and who no want help Jamaica, and who no want this, and who no want that. They're walking around and using artists over and over, day by day, and they benefit from it. And guess what happened? The artists don't know how much money they make. It's gonna be not the artist's business to say that, okay, how much money did you guys made through this whole thing? So here what happened? Okay, they make $1 million. Now let me tell you how it go. A lot of these charity shows that are keeping, right? There's production, there's flyers, there's advertisement, there's sponsorship where people are giving. Alien, a lot of them not doing that. They are not giving no formal documents for you to show to them. They don't want to do it because they want the money for themselves. And when they use the public to raise money, and then the money reaching at them, and they know if a $1 million make, them only gonna give Jamaica probably like 200,000 or 100,000. Everybody else get money out of it and the artists don't get no money. So them use the artists to better themselves and better their organization. And the artists can't talk about it. But the artists them who are smart and the managers them that are smart, that know the business and know it go, are not going to fall into the trap a lot of these people are doing. You understand? Because at the end of the day, check this out. You have production team. The production team have to get paid. The person who print the flyers have to get paid. The person who supply the food either have to get paid for the food that they supply or they're going to give it to you at a discounted price. You feel me? These people are so terrible that they don't want to provide transportation. They don't want to provide hotel. They don't want to provide plane ticket. They don't want to provide food. They don't want to provide nothing. They just want you to show up and perform and sing your throat all off. And then collect all their money and then put what they put in them bank and then pay them friend. And It's so much politics that are going on in a lot of these shows that are keeping is that, you see, if them like you as an artist, them give you a thing called stipend. You see, if them don't like you, you don't get nothing. If you're not in the league, you do not get nothing. So them have artists where they will give one $200, one $300, one $400 because they are friends and the money is going to make them better or feel good. But at the end of the day, you get $400 and you don't get any tax reduction from. And then later on, you know, you and IRS, you still have to pay your taxes while they pay their taxes. So my thing is, let me tell you something. You see these charity shows that are keeping all over. The people that are in charge of the charity show. As a matter of fact, me backtrack. You see the artists them that are performing a lot of these charity show. If a manager not tell you no, if a tax person don't tell you no, ask for a tax exempt form that you can file at the end of the year. Do not let people put it up on flyers. I want to go and go do charity show and then use this to say that, okay, it a go help Jamaica. Wanna just give up $20,000 and $30,000 of on time, while the 30 and 40,000 that them would pay on. When them keep the show and make the money, them jar that the 30,000 and put in a for them pocket and then give a small portion towards Jamaica. And as I said to you before, a lot of these people in Jamaica will not benefit from a lot of these concerts and will not get nothing from it. It's a money-making thing. It is highway robbery. And these people are dishonest. Right? They are dishonest to be walking around and asking artists to perform for them and don't want to give them. Okay, since them don't want to give a farm then, give an artist a stipend then. Many of you don't know what is a stipend. You know, sometimes you use the word wrong. But okay, so you will say, alright, I'm going to give you $5,000. Me know you're not about to charge $20,000, but I give you $5,000 that you can take care of your expense, your ticket, your hotel, your food, everything. Show up and perform. An artist will say, alright, we'll take the $5,000 and then show up and then do them best and then give back to Jamaica. Right? So when them put them on the paper and say that, okay, John Brown would have charged 20,000, Mark would have charged 20, and John would have charged another 20,000 or whatever it is. That is $60,000 there. Out of the $60,000, they're only paying $20,000 to 4 artists. The next $40,000, when they raise that money, goes in their pocket. It does not go to Jamaica. It don't buy no plywood. It don't buy no food. Or they may just say, okay, we'll pack one plane a grocery and send go to Jamaica. You know what they do? Let me tell you how these people do. Them turn around and use them charity organization and go around to different places and beg grocery and beg things. And then them pack it up in a plane, which the money that they raise at some of these concerts supposed to buy these things. Them pack it up on one plane and then take one little money from what they make and then send it go to Jamaica and put it out and say, okay, John Brown have donated this much and John Brown have this one. It's not correct. It is not correct. If you go to a church and you're giving a church an offering, a church is supposed to give you a tax document at the end of the year that you can file because it's a non-profit. And why is it that you have all these artists who have a non-profit business, but people wanted to perform on a show, but they don't want to put up their non-profit business on the flyers and say, okay, sponsored by this or sponsored by that. It's only one particular person alone that they want them name on it. And when them put them name on it, that is the only person that get the credit. The only person who get the credit is the person who keeping the show. And when them come to you and tell us, say, well, the ballroom we get to keep the show, them not charge with. That is cock and bull story. It is not correct. Because a lot of these places where they say they get, they have to pay for it. Because the people them that work at these places have to get paid. You can't tell me say you go at the Empire State Building, for example, and you go keep a show there and the Empire State just give you
The look and just give a bill and say keep the show and you just make money and go on like that. So all the staff get paid. It's the same thing I was saying the other day. Say, if the United States of America gave Jamaica $1 million in aid, it doesn't mean that it's $1 million cash. It means that they're giving other things. And the soldiers and the nurses, them that leave the United States and go down there, that the US government send, all of that is in one. So Andrew is not getting $1 million to just give out like that. There's rules and there's regulation and there's a thing called voucher and things have to be given out. So I'm saying to people, I am not saying not to help Jamaica. I am not saying not to contribute towards Jamaica. Right? Contribute to Jamaica and contribute to the people that needs it. And majority of the country is in need and people are walking around and looking to use artists. And when time, fall upon them grace or work with them, then turn around and then say, you're asshole, or you're hungry, or you're this, or you're that, and whatever it is. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this plain and straight. Respectfully. I'm going to say it plain and straight. In the diplomatically respectable way. You see, me, Dr. Love, I am not perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I have my ins and out. You understand? And at some point in my life, I was playing dishonest game too. I am not perfect. But as time goes by and life goes by and you change and things, you do things the right way. Nobody now use my artist. Nobody is going to use my artist. It not going to happen. Nobody not going to use my artist or anybody that I work with. And feel like say, when you can call and when you don't get things from nowhere, when you walk around and say, oh, people not have no art and people not help Jamaica, you're not going to do it. You're not going to call me and say, okay, you want my artist to perform or my artist to do this, and then when time me ask for your farm, when I tell me, say, boy, that is not necessary. What is necessary is that my artist is a business. I'm a business. At the end of the year, he have to pay IRS back money. So therefore, he have to have something to show that he have contribute towards this charity event or that charity event or whatever it is. It's not going to happen. So my thing is, the rules is going to be the rules. Because really and truly, a lot of artists don't have to go to any charity event and give them nothing. Artists can end up take some money from them account or from a show or some dub and buy some plywood and buy some food and ship go to Jamaica and give out. That is giving. That is helping Jamaica. You don't have to give Jamaica 100,000 US for you to be in the big league. You don't have to give Jamaica 1,000 US. You can feed one family, 2 family, 3 family. You are giving. And I noticed that it's a word that's going around where people are walking around and talking about a set of artists don't want to help or don't want to contribute and all of this and don't want to help Jamaica. Let me tell you something. I'm in the business. I'm in the business. And I learn the business. And day by day I get advanced in the business. And I'm not about the name in particular, but I'm saying to the people out there that are walking around and doing this highway robbery and this highway scamming and using artists to better phone a life and put money in the pocket. I am not the one. And won't be the one. At all. If you not do things, you want to do things the right way. Do things the right way. Don't do things because you figure say, alright, and I make money, because remember this. You are not taking these artists in consideration. When you put an artist on a flyers for a charity event, if an artist perform at Jersey, California, New York, Florida, whatever it is, that may end up stopping an artist from actually getting money or getting a show, because they might say, well, me just see John Brown perform in California at California Performing Arts Center. A promoter is not going to book them. Not going to book them. Because you just perform yourself. So you just give up a show for $50,000. And at the end of the year, at the end of the day, you can't send them to Irish, you still have to pay back money. This is all these people is walking around and doing these things and all that. That's why I'm tell people say, all right, listen, we are going to be in Fort Lauderdale. We will be in Fort Lauderdale on the 23rd of this month to perform at the Riviera Park in Palm Beach. Niger Boy will be there. He will be there. You know why he's going to be there? Because things was dealt with the right way, the professional way, and the respectable way. I got a call, and when I got the call, we have spoke on the phone. They know the criteria, they know the documents that needed, and they have made the necessary preparation and do what they need to do. So we could be there. We are giving back to Jamaica. We are doing for the people of Jamaica. We're not doing for individuals, I do for friends. That's not what this is about. We're giving. So when other people call a lot of these artists to come perform for and they say they're not doing it, don't get upset. Don't get mad. Don't walk around and talk about people in Jamaica. Because at the end of the day, Uno and me know say, half of that money that raised for some of these shows is not going to Jamaica. Not go into Jamaica. These people are not going to get no house and food. These people are still going to be homeless when Christmas come. This is not, what you call it, this is not an empire that has been building by a lot of these people that figure say, okay, them can walk around and use artists to better their need. And use them. And when an artist wash up, are not going on with anything, they are the first one to say, oh, okay, the artists are not going for anything. But listen, first of all, if you want an artist to perform on a charity show, you got to do something. If the artist is going to give his time, give the artist a form called tax exempt form that he can file. Because when an artist show up to perform at a show, an artist have to buy his own clothes. He have to buy his own shoes. He have to look good at all time. So all the expects the artists are just show up and just perform like they're looking anyway, and then at the end of the day, you make all that money and put it on the pocket and can't give account. Because remember now, when these shows are keeping it, they're using few different kind of payment. The set of man where do credit card and ticket master and this and that, and most of this money are not going to give account for. They will not give account for. And them have a little thing where they use, then people give out a lot of complimentary ticket to people. But those complimentary tickets that they give out is actual ticket that people paid for. They charge for them. And they give them that ticket. That means they can show off the mats and show off the country. So, well, we have 500 people come in and them have free ticket for coming in. But out of the 500, 300 out of it have paid money. 300 have paid money. So it's always some ring around. I mean, as I say, it's always some ring around when it comes to Jamaicans. I talk about Jamaicans. It's always a problem with Jamaicans that always find some form of way to scam people over and over and over.
So yeah, my people, that is what Dr. Love is saying, you know, and it's fuck, you would see like 1 million people say them have charity and this and that and whatever. I mean, no say some of them are just hustle, which is very unfortunate. You get to me, I say my people, but at the end of the day, you don't know say when things happen, it will bring forth all type of people. So Dr. Love basically is saying that to make sure and ensure and secure yourself as an artist or whatever. You make sure say, well, when them do it, them can present a tax exemption document to you, and you know basically you will have more you can be convinced more that the things them where them are say them are raise or funds where them are raise will be going to the right place. But no man not come tell us say yo come pass you and this and that like a styling thing and then them go line them pocket. But big up on yourself and bless up on yourself, my people. Don't know a thing, go catch another one. I'm out.